Hello everyone, my name is Jesus Herrera. It's about to be recording, I know. However, my webcam has failed me on my laptop, so unfortunately there's a lot I can do. But thank you for giving me your time and your attention. Today I'm going to be talking about my cultural artifact, which is the cowboy boots. Um, to begin, I want to give some history on the cowboy boots. Um, when you picture cowboys and kind of like the persona that they have in this character in your head, from Hollywood, you might be thinking of someone that might be seen almost as a redneck or a hillbilly, to say, um, or the Wild West is a good example. Things like that, almost Woody from Toy Story is a kind of a good example, but that's kind of like just what Hollywood pushed, like a very Americanized version of the cowboy. They actually come from Mexico and even more so from Spain. And to begin, the origin is brought over from Spain. Old, uh, old Spaniards, and not even that, but also Mexican cattle ranchers in the past. They would be known as an iconic staple with boots, lassos, and on horses and sombreros, right? Because they were kind of farming in like that hot sun that Mexico has. And this is according to history.com, and that's kind of where they originate from. That's where this character and this persona comes from that Spain look. To give it even more, the agriculture, according to history.com again, is really good at the. I'm sorry about that. At the place that they come from. For example, León, which is right here, León, Guanajuato, Mexico. That is a very famous city known for its leather work and for its leather industry. The state alone generates 68% footwear and also leather goods, and it has generated 260,000 jobs. Um, I'm sorry, the state alone, not the city. But the reason why it was such a good place for this leather industry is because the area itself, it was able to flourish because of the agricultural advantages like the soil and the sun. There was also a lot of rivers and waters in that area. So it was able to succeed and thrive. And so there was a lot of cattle ranching over there when the Spaniards brought over the cattle. Um, but in the past, they used to hunt the local game there, down there in Mexico. Once they brought over the cattle, a lot of ranchers used horses and the boots, the iconic look, and the lassos to kind of train them or to be trained and be ready to succeed. But when we talk about boots nowadays, we look at like personal events, right? Um, when we start looking at how the boots have developed, one thing that I can say for sure that has kind of been passed down, not just through our generations, but also through like Mexico and the culture like that. Because of the machismo that kind of grows in, that was kind of in the past from Mexican culture, we can kind of see it with the boot. As in this video clip right here, um, from Sishdown, she explains that the Mexican cowboy boot is is kind of a staple in that culture. To the hyper masculine look that the cowboys have.
Some of them, obviously, working cowboy boots tend to get tossed, but these more decorative boots, more and more were being saved. But also, the icon of the cowboy was so hyper masculine that in many ways it made it possible to keep these things because the masculinity of the wearer wasn't being called into question. You see the exact same thing in sneakers.
So she kind of starts to explain how this kind of phenomenon was passed down. But we could see with the boot, with the machismo, it was kind of brought on. And this affects me interpersonally and interculturally because, for one, um, I was always taught by my father that it was really important for a man to be the foundation of his family, of his household, and things like that. And so one day, one time for like parties and specific events, he told me that I need boots because it's gonna bring out the man in me. That's what he would say. That's what he would emphasize. The man, right? But because a lot of the hyper masculinity that came with the image and with the idea, not just like the image itself, not just the item itself, that's what was kind of passed on to me, and that's what kind of helped me interpersonally to identify myself. However, today, the reason why that's kind of changed is because we have different types of boots now, but also different types of events. We have quinceañeras and other types of festivals. I even have a picture of mariachis here. They're wearing boots as well, but they're also boots for women, and women are able to wear them. And that's why it kind of helps me interculturally, because I want to see like places like LA. There's events there. There are events specifically for Hispanics. However, there are also other events for other races, and even like intermingling races for events like concerts or things like that. Anyways, they help me connect with my cultural side because it kind of establishes it. To me, personally, I feel more Hispanic and more unique when I wear my fresh pair of boots. I have different kind of boots. I have puntadas, trivialas right here, chelesa boots, and tuca boots. And I even have like an example of some really sharp boots, of really puntada boots that kind of show that they're used for events. Those are mainly for show. Thank you for tuning in for my presentation, and have a good one.